because we're very much alive. I am going to ask you to help me by tagging and sharing and making sure that you are invitation. Doesn't mean people have to join, just be invitation. If you feel this is something that you like or something that somebody else deserves, whatever it is, let's make it happen. Just the algorithms are chewing up the classroom. So it is up to you to help us by clicking and liking and sharing and tagging. Do everything you can. You guys did a phenomenal job with David Icke. If you look at all the views that we've had, we need to continue doing this. This is the way that we spread the good news of truth. So whether you're watching on YouTube, just text the link, just copy it, share it, do whatever, and let's continue to grow together. So let me get everything ready here before I start the record button, and I will tell you that we're going to learn about the New Truth series. Hold on a second. Oh, I got to hit the record button. Stuff that happens. Today, we're going to be talking about the New Truth series. I am the solution. I was going to say Book of Revelations. I am the solution. And what this is, it's a life-changing continuing education for the soul workshop. So fasten your seatbelt. It's time to learn and grow and dance. Here we go.
The Lillian McDermott Show.
We love, we fear, bridges we burn, we make mistakes, then we live and learn. When life gets tough, and it seems like your best ain't good enough. If you're in need of hope, you know where I'll be right here, right here. And when you need a friend, you can count on me. I'll be right here, waiting for you.
This is the place you can always turn to when you need a friend. The Lillian McDermott Show. To reach out to Lillian, visit her on the web at whenyouneedafriend.com. Now let's all learn together. Here's Lillian McDermott.
Hello, my listening friend. It's so nice we can meet each other on the air on this beautiful, best day ever. And for those of you who have been tagged or you're new to the classroom, you've been invited to join us, please know I've been waiting for you. This is a safe place where you can go to when you need a friend. It is my commitment to provide alternative ways to heal, and it is my mission to make awareness, responsibility, and truth a part of our everyday life. And I hope you, my listening, as well as my viewing friends, will feel empowered to embrace a new truth and live the life of your dreams. Yeah, the life of your dreams is for everybody else but me, but you, but us. Everybody else is better off than we are. Is that what you tell yourself? Is that what you think? Have you ever had that thought, even once in your life? Then today is the day that we remove all of that away, because we're going to be talking about, or when I say we, if you have any questions, that's the part of we. I use the term we rather loosely. I mean, I will be sharing with you about this continuing education weekend for the soul. Now, how many of you are required to take continuing education lessons? How many? Many of you. Whether you are a neurosurgeon or you are a mechanic or you're learning something that is a trade, whatever it is, if you're a stay-at-home mom or dad, continuing education to learn and grow, because we do not come with a manual. What comes with a manual? Our cars. We spend more time checking out our cars and figuring out, what's this button? What is this button? What's this button for? Oh my gosh, this is wonderful. I didn't know my car could do this. And oh, by the way, make sure you put ultra conservative gas in it, whatever, fuel, whatever. Because if you put sand in it, nobody would be shocked if you would have a malfunctioning car. But here's what happens. We treat ourselves in a way that we would never treat our vehicle. We take care of our cars. We take care of other people, but we seldom take care of us. So today, I am inviting you to consider attending this transformationally fun weekend, virtual weekend. So I don't care if you're watching from Malaysia. I don't care if you're watching from China or India or UK or Canada or anywhere outside of Florida. Because if you're watching me, you qualify to be a part of the weekend. It's going to be a Zoom weekend. And so, but you are required to attend the entire weekend. So if you start thinking, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't because I've got the kids, I've got all this, excuses, excuses, excuses. Unless you have a child getting married this weekend and you have paid for everything, I want you to consider rescheduling so that you can spend a weekend with you and your creator. We're going to learn so much. And by the way, it is our sole purpose in life to give and receive love and knowledge. And that's what we're going to be doing this weekend, November 13th, 14th, and 15th. What are those times? What are the time requirements? Friday, November 13th, from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern time. So wherever you're at, if you need to translate it to Eastern time, please do so that you know that that time is for you. Pencil yourself in on Friday. Then on Saturday, it's from noon to 3 p.m. Eastern time. Take your calendar, pencil yourself into the calendar. And then on Sunday, from noon to 6, pencil it in your calendar. Give it to no one but you and your creator. This is going to be a conversation that you're going to have, whether it's, why has this happened to me? I feel stuck. I feel horrible. Or the conversation is, thank you for this wonderful blessing. I just want to learn more. I want to know more of what I can do to achieve what I want. I want more of that. Whatever your conversation is this weekend, wherever you're at, that's where you will be met. That is where you'll be met. And you know, I want to overcome any obstacle. Time, my spouse won't let me. I don't think that I am ready for this. I'm not, I don't have the money. Well, guess what? If you don't have the money, I'm giving away one scholarship. Will that be you? If you want to claim that scholarship, and perhaps you don't want to say, I want to be a part of the scholarship, just text me at 407-373-5959. I am going to wait until late tonight because I'm going to be, after this, I am going to leave and I am not going to return into my office until very late tonight, probably midnight. So tonight, whoever sends me a text saying, I want to be a part of your scholarship because money is my objection. If money is your objection no more. I am giving away, all the guests, the teachers in the classroom, I always ask for them to give something. I always ask for them to give something. So many of them give books or they give away let's see, apps. They give away many things, but I don't ask them to give away more than they want. But I am giving away the weekend, not for everybody, but for those who claim it, we're going to be giving it to one person. Will you be that person? Will it be you he selected? I got a text this morning saying, I feel stuck. And I'm like, perfect. This is perfect, because sometimes the only time you move to the life that you want is that if you get out of your comfort zone, you get rid of that big old butt. I would love to, but who of you have a big old butt? We're going to get rid of that big old butt. Are you living the life that you were created to live? Not that you thought you would have, because I didn't expect this life. I didn't. I didn't say, I'm going to grow up and I'm going to be the host of the Lillian McDermott radio show Classroom, or I am going to be in marketing, or I'm going to own a company. None of that happened because I had that expectation. All of that happened because I said yes to the call. I said yes to the call. How many of you want to say yes, but have a big butt? You got a big old butt? It is time to release the butt. It is time to just say yes, and God will do the rest. It is time to say, I know that I am discontent in my life. I will tell you a time that I felt discontentment. The time that I felt discontentment was when I was about, I don't know, in my 40s, 47. And through my whole entire life, I knew that there was a little hole in my soul, just a tiny little pinhole. And when I was by myself and no one was around, I could feel it. But on the exterior, everything was great. I loved my life. It was wonderful. But it was when I was by myself and nobody was watching, I knew that there was this tiny, tiny, tiny little hole in my soul. I didn't know how it got there. It could be that I inherited it from the generation before, and I got it from when I was in the womb and I'm living their life out. I may have gotten it because I had not dealt with some past traumas. I don't know, but it was there. It wasn't my job to figure out why it was there. But what I had been doing was I had been patching it. I had been trying to look the other way. I had been trying to do many things that was not supporting me. It just wasn't. But because my life was full of doing and full of entertaining and full of busyness, I didn't have the time to patch up that tiny little hole. My life was perfect, or so I thought my life was perfect, because it's all an illusion, right? It's what we want to believe, right? But it wasn't until there was wind, like my youngest child graduated from high school, so I had no longer the busyness for that, and I was like gonna be a mom at home without kids that were they were grown up. Now, who am I? My kids are rejecting me. They don't need me to be a mommy. My kids are like old, like, you don't need to tell us that anymore. We know this stuff. My career, I was a stay-at-home mom, so I needed to reinvent that. I mean, there was a lot of things going on in my life that I just didn't want to look at. So that hole kept catching my attention. there was like a little whistle now coming out of this hole until somebody invited me to a personal growth weekend. I didn't care where it was. I didn't care. And I had done a lot of personal growth in my church with the church people underneath the values and beliefs of my church. But I needed something more than that. I needed something different than that. I had already started the classroom and I needed something more. And my friend Michelle invited me. And before she finished the sentence, I said yes. I didn't know if I had to cancel plans. I didn't know what the yes, where the yes was coming from, but I knew I needed to deal with it. I needed to face it. Actually, I didn't know what I was getting into, but I'm glad I didn't know what I was getting into. Because of it, I was able to go in without expectations and not only experience one weekend, I experienced the second weekend that came after, and then the weekend after that, which ended up being 3 months. Then I came back home and got my children and my son and my husband involved and doing their personal growth. And I went back and became a certified life coach. None of that started because I planned it. It started because of that. I was willing to look at that little hole that was in my soul. So I'm asking you, is there something in your life that you would like to improve upon? And by the way, if you have any questions about the weekend, or if you want to claim your life back and say, I want to live the life that I was created to live, not the life my mom wanted me to have, not the life my spouse wants me to have, or my children or my parents want me to have, none of that. The life that you were created to have. If you ever think, could there be more? That's what I'm talking to. I'm not talking about greedy more, like I'm a billionaire and I want to be a quadrillionaire or a jillionaire. I'm just saying, could there be something else for you? I don't know the answer to that. I knew I needed to say yes. And the times where I have shown that I have just shined bright have been the times that I have said yes without really not knowing all the details. Because there have been many times that if I would have known all the details, I would have said no. Oh, I can't because I have this, or I can't because I have that, or I can't afford it, or I can't, whatever the details were shielded from me. And I said yes. I said yes to starting the radio show at the time. I don't have a degree in communication. I don't have a degree. I am a certified life coach and a curious student of Life University. And so and I have gone to college, don't get me wrong. It just didn't support me. It wasn't until I started saying yes. And I'm not saying yes to everything. I'm saying that when the Spirit says, what do you want to do? I say yes. But if the Spirit says, ooh, that's not right, that is morally incorrect. Or if the Spirit says, that is not going to be a good thing for you, then I say respectfully, no, this is not the right time. Or no, I will never do that. I have said many things in my life that this is not something I'll choose for myself. But when I was asked to do the show, I said yes. I didn't know. That was in 2011. When I was asked to go raw vegan for 1 month, I said yes. I didn't know that was going to change my life and change the course of the show to now a classroom. When I was asked to go into personal growth and go away on this weekend retreat, I said yes. And you know what? The first one wasn't that life shaking because I've done a lot of personal growth, but I knew I needed more. That's what that yes brought me for the personal growth. I needed more. What? I didn't know because I needed to experience it. And then I was asked to go hiking in the mountains. I said, yes. Oh my gosh, I've never gone hiking, camping and staying the night without a bathroom in the woods. I'd never done that. I said, yes. And you know what? It reconnected me to nature. Not that I ever thought I needed to be connected. So every time I get an invitation and my spirit doesn't stop me, I say yes. And those are the times that I have grown beyond what I thought that was imaginable. Those are the times that I have felt I needed this. No, I didn't need it. I deserved this. I deserve to say yes because I needed to have the experience. And there are times in our lives that we say yes, and they turn out to be absolutely the worst thing that could have ever happened to us. But was it? But was it the worst thing that ever happened? It's not until many years later that you look back at it and you see the grace and the strength and all the stamina and persistence that it took to get through that made you who you are today. But it takes time to go back, dig, and find the beauty in it, because you could be carrying that. You could be carrying that shame and that blame and that fault and that duty. You could be carrying it with you for the rest of your life. And just like saying yes can change your life, hiding yourself from digging or discovering what it is that is missing. What is that missing puzzle piece in your heart? What is it? What is it? Is it learning about nutrition? So this weekend, this continuing education for the soul. So if you identify with having to take continuing education or having to graduate from a program, that is expected. That is like encouraged. You must get a degree. You must get a certification. You must, in order to be successful. Could that be the lie at the center of your belief? But never are we taught continuing education for the soul, because we are becoming empty vessels, just empty vessels. Or our vessels are so big that it takes a lot of pouring into to overflow it. When was the last time you felt joy? When was the last time you said, I am so excited, and you just want to dance? All of you that ask me, why do you dance when the topic is kind of serious? Because dancing lifts my spirit. And many years, when I started doing the radio, for many years, people that would come into the station, new people that never done radio before, they were so nervous. They weren't even being seen at the time. This was just voice. And I would put on a song and we would dance. And you know what? Their nerves would calm down. And I don't care how an expert you are, world-renowned you are, it's time to dance. Because we can't take things too seriously. We can't take our burdens too seriously, or else we won't see behind it, which is the joy. What is keeping you from that joy? Money? No problem, because this weekend workshop, whoever texts me, 407-373-5959, and I've already got some people that are claiming it. I want my life back. but not the life that I've made for myself. The life, I just spit all over myself. I'm so passionate about this. The life that was created for you. This is going to be a phenomenal weekend where you're going to learn new things. I have to tell you a story. And again, I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about, and I'm like, forget it. Whatever is in my heart is what I will talk to you about. I don't need a script to tell you about joy, to tell you how you can turn shame into just absolute passion to create something different and new. How you can turn something that was done horrible for you, that has held you back for years and years and years, into a mission, into a new truth, that it wasn't done to you, it was done for you. Would you like that shift in your life? Would you like that? Would you like to be part of the solution? Are you ready to learn new truths? So this is the story. Let me take a drink of water, because usually I have somebody else talking and that's when I drink my water. But take this time to text me, 407-373-5959, because whoever is claiming their life and wants your life back, I will put you into a winner's basket, because right there, that awareness puts you into a winner's basket. And then tonight, because I told you I'm going to be leaving today and I won't be back till later today. So tomorrow morning, if you get a text saying you won, that means you're getting a scholarship. And if money is your object, then it's gone. That objection is gone. If a commitment or games, or there's so many things that we do with our kids, but let me tell you, a happier you is going to make a better parent, a better spouse. So don't give me that I'm busy, because I am busy, but I'm taking the time to do what I value most and what I love. And if I was going to read any book as a child, if I was going to read any book as an adult, it better be a self-help book, because I didn't have time for the rest. And then when I learned about the Bible, I thought, oh, wow, that's the best self-help book ever. But even that, there's a lot of interpretations. So what works best for me is experience. It's about learning. So here's the story I wanted to share. So the story I want to share is I went to a funeral. No, it wasn't a funeral. I sang. I sang at a wedding, and I was asked to sing at it. And the couple, their daughter was the one that was getting married. The couple I knew, their daughter was getting married, and they had it at their home. And I love these two people, and they were like mentors to me. And this is when I'm curious. I'm very curious. And so because I'm a doer, I don't sit around. I don't like to just sit around, because of course, if I were to sit around too long, I would know that I'm feeling a little uncomfortable. So I get busy. That's what helps me stay in my comfort zone, is getting busy. So I told Helen and Jim, I said, Jim, how can I help you? I had just finished singing. They said, oh, you have helped enough. Thank you for singing at the wedding. We really appreciate that. No. Because I didn't know anybody there other than my husband, and my husband was doing something. And so I'm like, okay, how can I help you? And so while I was in the kitchen, Jim was making coffee. And of course, they didn't want me to do anything. So I was just there, and he was making coffee, and he took his filter and he wet it, and then he put it in the coffee maker. And immediately I knew why he wet it. Immediately I knew, wow, that's a great revelation, because previously, every time I was making coffee in the coffee maker, there would be coffee grinds in the coffee. And when I take the coffee, the filter would flip over. And so when I saw him do that, I thought, Jim, why did you wet that filter? Because I knew why. I thought I knew why, but I didn't know why. I just thought I knew why. And he said, well, because, because, this is how, and he kept going back and forth and out of his frustration, he says, Helen, why do we wet the filter? And she said, well, Jim, because, my mom told me to do it. And that was why she did it. How many times? Because I knew that it stuck to the side and it kept it from flipping over. And I always wet it after that. I learned something new. I didn't know I was missing that in my life. Not a life-changing thing, but it was enough to make sure my coffee that I would ever make in the future did not have coffee grounds. Do you see my point? Sometimes we learn things and we don't know why we're doing them. We just do them. We hear things and we don't know why we believe it, but because we were taught. But here's the thing. What we're going to talk about and dive into this weekend is belief. What are our beliefs? And what are some of the beliefs that could be holding us back? What is it that is holding you back? And I've shared this story before, and I'm going to share it again because this truly happened. I have a vision board. And the way we did the vision board, and we did it in a group, and it was a wonderful time with my friend Judy, who invited me to attend a vision board party, a vision party. And part of the weekend, we're going to do our vision. Not as elaborate as we did, but we are going to do that. So there's going to be like, I'll tell you what this is going to be and what it's going to look like. So I have a word that I cut out of the magazine, and it is believe, because I know that what we believe, we achieve. And if something's not working out in your life, it's because there is an underlying belief that doesn't support your plan. As a certified life coach, I learned this many years ago. I also learned about belief systems, and you manifest what you believe, through Bruce Lipton, all these teachers in the classroom that I've had throughout the year. And I was so frustrated because time was coming, because I had a date. I had a date in mind when my stuff was supposed to happen, and it wasn't happening. And I remember looking at my vision board, thinking and manifesting my vision board, action plans for my vision board, and it wasn't happening. And I remember looking at my vision board and going, "Urgh." And what I thought was, if it's not happening, then what do I not believe about it? And I looked and I saw my word believe. And the IE, the whole word was in white, but the IE was in red. And I saw LIE. Oh, what a revelation moment that was. I had to get to that frustrating time in my life to be able to see that there was a lie at the center of the word believe. And I asked myself, it stopped me. It almost brought me to my knees. And I said, what is the lie at the center of my belief? I'm not worthy to achieve this. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. What is it? What is your lie that's keeping you from what you want? And that is, my dear friend, what we're going to be talking about. And it could be that you're totally awake, but still there's that tiny little hole. Maybe that was passed down to you, that emptiness, that huge vessel that can't get enough poured in to overflow. This weekend, we're going to become thimbles, so that when you pour joy, pour a little bit more joy. And we're going to learn about what triggers that joy. So I will give you that, the workshop, I call it a continuing education. I am the solution. The I am is the creator. The solution is what I'm called to be. But I'm not the one that's going to change you or convert you or make things happen. I am the one that said yes, and I am the one that will deliver the message. I'll be the one that will be learning what these new truths are, just like Jim taught me to wet but I needed to know why. I didn't want to just do it because he was doing it. I need to know why. So on Friday from 6 p.m. to 5 p.m., we're going to talk about the mind, the mindset, the belief system. What brings us to this? How is it that past traumas in our life, although we've dealt with them or not even looked at them for a long time, are still impacting us today? And no drug that you take will change that. That little hole in my soul did not mend by me putting a patch on it. It didn't, because when the patch fell off, it was still there. None of that mattered. It wasn't until I was able to fill it with what mattered to me and my Creator. So that's what Friday is about. And by the way, these times are Eastern time. So figure out your time. You want to attend this weekend? Money is, I don't want it to be about money. I want it to be about commitment. And so we're giving away one workshop for the person who declares it, 407-373-5959. And tonight, so act right away. If you're thinking that this is something that you might, say yes, jump at it. Say yes, jump at it. Whether if you can afford it and money is no object and time is the issue, then clear out your schedule. Because you know what? If you were to die today, who would fill that schedule up for you? Somebody would have to fill it up. But what we want to do today is we want to live. We want to live. So Friday for 3 hours from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to dive into understand what the mind does to us so that we aren't deceived by the mind, by the thought. Because first it's the thought, then it's the feeling, and then it's the action. So we're going to nip it in the thought. And for those of you who are like, oh, you positive thinkers, you're positive thinker, there's toxic, there's positive toxicity, all you people that are naysayers about that, I'm telling you right now, it doesn't have to be a positive thought. It just has to be a thought that supports you. So however you want to put it, just put it whatever. I don't care how you get there however you can. I'm going to break into song in a little bit because that's another thing I like to do. I love to sing. So that's Friday. Saturday, we have learned in the New Truth series. So if you've been a part of the New Truth series, the book of Revelation, we have learned that Saturday is a Sabbath day. It's part of the 10 Commandments. So I want to make sure that we learn to honor the Sabbath day. Give yourself a day to rest and honor the Creator. Not the creation, but the Creator. And whatever that Creator is for you, I'm not here to judge it. I'm here to say, it is time to take some time to look at that spiritual side. So Friday is mind, Saturday is spirit, and that's from noon to 3. That's Saturday from noon to 3. And we have a special guest that's going to be coming in to talk about how do you build a stronger relationship with that Creator, your Creator God, whatever it is, whatever you call it. And even if you're an atheist, how do you build that spirit within you? That spirit of yes, that spirit of compassion, that spirit of awareness. How do you build it? Okay. And then Sunday, which is the day that we actually do even more work. So if you didn't think learning about this, we're going to learn each day, we're going to learn a little bit more, and a little bit more. So this builds. So if you're saying, oh, I can only do Saturday or I can only do Friday, it's not going to support you. Some of you are asking, will it be recorded? Yes, it will be recorded, but we don't know how much we'll be able to share because confidentiality is key. What happens in the workshop stays in the workshop. Get it? It stays in the workshop. That means that it is a holy, sacred place. And we are all students and we're all teachers. So in this weekend, you will also be a teacher. You're going to teach us through your awareness, through your gifts and lessons. You're going to teach us and we're going to learn from everybody. That's the beauty of being in a holy place, a sacred place. You want to be a part of this and you can't afford it? 407-373-5959. If you can, please register now. Register now. Go to whenyouneedafriend.com. And by the way, I want to tell you that the algorithms in the classroom have been just eating us alive. But the help of you by tagging and sharing and saying, hey, maybe, by the way, when I went through personal growth, because I've done lots of retreats with my husband, I've done lots of retreats with my friends, I've done lots of retreats, but I'm talking about now, I want to say about relationships. I'm just taking it and putting into that. My marriage, my relationship with my husband, even though we were facilitators for Worldwide Marriage Encounter, we have done many retreats together. None of that helped our marriage more than doing personal growth individually. I did my personal growth and he did his personal growth. My husband's going to be joining us. So if you're a guy and you go, oh, this is for girls. No, there are some men, there are many men that are going to be attending as well. So this is just not for women. This is for anyone. If you have a child that is that can reason and knows, then please encourage them. When I went through personal growth, I had a 13-year-old and I had an 80-year-old in my course. And you know what? I learned from both of them. I thought, what am I going to learn from these people? A lot. I learned a lot. And so I am just, if you feel that this is something you deserve, claim it. If your obstacle is, I can't afford it, then I don't believe it, but I believe that you can do it. We'll figure something out. Just text me. Just let's figure out something. But text me and I will pick one name and you will get the person who gets congratulations tomorrow morning, because I won't have time to reply to everybody that responds. But tell me your name, give me your email address, and the person that gets selected will be the person that's in. You will be registered. But please make sure you have these times available, because this is sacred time. Put it in the calendar for you. Okay, so with this, I was saying about the algorithms just chewing us up, sharing, liking, and all that. There are rumors about classes and shows and all that are sharing a different narrative as being turned off. I need your help. I need for you to spread the good news. I need for you to go to whenyouneedafriend.com and subscribe, because we really don't know if tomorrow you go on to my site or my social media and I'll be there. We don't know. I am grateful to YouTube and Facebook for allowing us to have this platform. But guess what? We have BitChute and we're looking into brand new Tube. We're doing all these things to make sure that this information continues going out. And when will I stop giving out this information? When I take my final breath. When I take my final breath. That's how committed I am. That is how committed I am. So I want you to go to whenyouneedafriend.com. The classroom it costs a lot of money. And so the generosity of the people has been phenomenal. We've been learning about tithing, but it doesn't have to be to a church. It can be to an organization. I donate to a music ministry. I donate we give to people that aren't organizations. And so I want to encourage you to be a student, an enrolled student in the classroom, and figure out if you can help with the classroom. Also, we have affiliate sponsors. We have, Keep Me Safe Organics, which, is beauty on the inside out. And I give you guys a 10%. Nowhere else will you find this 10%. And it's makeup and cleansers that are toxin free. It is just what I use. It's what I use on my skin. First Alternative Care, the pharmacy in Merritt Island, Live Longer Medical, Ground Therapy. If you click on any of these, Brain Tap, First Alternative Therapies, Avasia, anytime you click onto my affiliate sponsors, it helps with the classroom. So I want to encourage you to figure out ways that you can support the affiliates as well as you can support the classroom because of the generosity of the people, whether you're giving your time, your talent, your treasure. Help us grow the classroom. It is so important. So if you have any questions about the weekend, like, will this be for me? It is a virtual weekend. So anywhere around the world. And I hope that if you watch this later on, that you will be able to share this. You will share this with everybody because be invitation. Just because you invite someone, this was one of the first lessons I learned when I went to my personal growth workshop. Just because you invite somebody, it doesn't mean you have to come. And when you don't invite somebody, or I'm sorry, let me say that correctly. When you invite somebody, it doesn't mean you have to come. If you invite someone and they say no, then that's fine. They say no. But if you don't invite them, you take away the opportunity for them to say yes or say no. So it's not up to me to decide whether or not you deserve this weekend. I'm just going to invite you. And I'm inviting you now. And I'm inviting all of you who would like to spend a little time with yourself. If you find yourself busy and working all the time and you don't know what's going on, we are going to learn a little bit about nutrition. Oh, and by the way, on Sunday, did I tell you about Sunday yet? So Sunday, that's when we're going to learn about the acronym SOLUTION and how solution can be a part, how you are. I am is our creator, the solution, that's who you are. You're not to convert anybody. You're not to save anybody. You're just to be invitation. That is the solution. Be invitation. And it's up to you. It is up to you to be the change, to be the igniter. Where that goes is up to God. It's not up to you. And that is another lesson. But the invitation, that was a huge lesson. So I will always invite. And if you get upset with me because I'm inviting you, then that's your issue. That is your intuition telling you something's wrong. Don't take it out on the messenger. If I share with you something that is a new truth that you weren't taught, like we were taught, treat others the way you want to be treated. But we have learned that people have different ways that they like to be treated. When I learned that my husband's love language was act of service, when I cook a meal, when I bring him water, when I make him breakfast, I know that he is feeling loved. But when he was trying to do things for me, that was nice, but that did not fill my love bucket. You want to fill my love bucket? Spend time with me, acknowledge me, touch me. Those are my love languages. We have a preference. Not everybody has one. We have a preference, and it might be shift. One day you want a gift, and that's your love language for the day. So it's about learning about yourself. If you treat others the way you want to be treated, you will miss the mark. You've got to treat others the way they want to be treated. See, that was the golden rule that we learned when we were a child, that supported us when we were a child because the world revolved around us. But as adults, it doesn't support us anymore. But what will? We will learn that in the I Am the Solution New Truth series, because we're going to learn a bunch of new truths. New Truth Series, I Am the Solution, November 13th, 14th, 15th. It's a virtual workshop, and you are able to be with other people, and there'll be breakout rooms so that you can have private conversations. There's going to be an opportunity for you to reflect and release and rewrite. Because how many times do you tell yourself the same defeating story? But what if that defeating story has a purpose? What if we dive in and we see, wow, look at all the blessings that came from that defeating story. Wow, look at all the things you learned from that defeating story. But what do? We tell ourselves the same defeat. But what if we look beyond it and we see that there was a gift? It may have been wrapped in a really ugly, crappy little paper, but when you unravel it, you will discover the beauty inside. And now you can rewrite and retell the story as a gift. I am grateful for this gift. And you release it. What if somebody hurt you when you were a child? What if they molested you? What if they beat you? What if your spouse does that? You can tell yourself the story of the horrible, that should never happen to you. But what if you went through that so that your children don't go through it? You know the signs, you know what it's like, and now you can protect your children. Hey, listen, if I have to take the bullet to protect my kids, I'll take it any day. So now I can rewrite that story, and I can find the blessing and the gift. But all of that we will discover Friday, November 13th from 6 to 9 p.m., Saturday from November 14th from noon to 3 p.m. And again, all these times. And by the way, we're going to have a really special guest to help us develop that spirit inside of us so that we can connect to our Creator. Because the closer we are to our Creator, the more our life is fulfilled. And the more we fill that little gap. And we'll have that special guest. You know who she is. Okay, I'm not going to go into a lot more of that. And then, but it's confirmed. So she's going to be on. But she's a special guest. And it's going to be a surprise for most of you, for some of you. You know who she is. Anyway, and Sunday, we have Sunday. And Sunday is from noon to 6 p.m. And we will also have a special guest, and you know who that's going to be. He's been in the classroom since 2015, every month talking about nutrition, because we're going to learn about, let's stop all these yo-yo things. Let's not look at losing weight. Let's talk about how to eat well. See, this is the crap that we've learned as children that we need to let go. When you're a child, you drink milk, but as you act like a child, but as you get older, you need meat. And I'm not talking about animal meat. I'm talking about truth meat. And we will have that special guest with us one-on-one to teach us, to learn from them. And so the weekend is not just going to be me talking. It's going to be interactive. It's going to be fun. You're going to get out of your comfort zone. There'll be some dancing. I will warn you, they will be dancing. But by the end, you will start with just strangers. And by the end, it'll be a family of support. So what is it that you need? I don't know what it is that you need, but all I know is that it's time. It's time to take your life back. And if money is an object, work towards that to get the free, because we're giving one away. Will that be you? 407-373-5959. I will, as soon as I get home tonight, I will find I will pull whoever, all of you who have claimed that you want to take your health back, your life back, and you want to live your best life, your utmost life. What is that for you? Might be different for me. So, are you there? Are you ready? Do you want to commit? Have you clicked yet? Have you registered? If you don't want to take a chance of not being the person to be selected, click below. It is time to take your health back. Robert, can you put the link in the chat for people to do that? Because it is time. If anything I've said to you today has struck you in any way, it is time to say yes. Because yes doesn't mean that you know or have any expectations or know what you're going to do. Yes means I am trusting that I am being called, and just know God does not call the equipped. God equips the call. Are you ready? I sure am. I am excited about this weekend, and I am inviting you. You don't have to come, but I'm still inviting you. 407-373-5959. Accept the gift. And please remember, I'll be right here waiting for you worldwide at whenyouneedafriend.com. This is Lillian McDermott wishing you love, peace, joy, and unexpected abundance. Make it the best day ever. Mwah!
The opinions and advice expressed on the Lillian McDermott radio show are intended for the individual callers and guests on the program and are presented to our wider audience solely for general educational purposes. Please act responsibly and consult personally with your own medical, psychological, or nutritional expert before taking any steps to improve your life.
Okay, so this is the Teacher's Pet Corner. I wasn't going to stay on very long, but I have not had the opportunity to look down. I don't know if there are any questions, so I'll take this opportunity to answer any questions. Make sure you type in a Q. And so when I look down, I'm going to check and see if there are any questions. If there are no questions, I have got a busy day today, and I want to make sure that if you have any questions, I answer it. So I hope that you will. I hope that you will consider this. So no questions on YouTube that I have to answer. I did not catch the beginning. What's the matter? What's the matter? So what's the matter with who? So if you can ask that question a little bit better, this is a weekend retreat workshop. It's called Continuing Education, where you get to dive into your life. Please go back and watch the entire program if you want to know what's the matter. Our life is the matter. Life is urgent. So today, if you'd like to watch it from the beginning, I am encouraging you to do so. So please, I hope that you say yes to the call. And let me see, you should put this down. Okay. So for those of you, I hope that you will, if you haven't watched the entire if you haven't watched the entire class, then go back and watch, because I have got a busy day today. We are driving about 2.5 hours, picking up Kelly and Rebecca, and we're going to be spending the day together at a wonderful place and helping people feel beautiful on the inside as well as in the outside. So I am out of here. I hope to see you on Friday, and good luck to all of you who claimed your life back. I will choose it later on today because I want to make sure I give everybody the opportunity to review this video from the beginning. So we will see you. Have a great week and hope to see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Bye. Remember,